because they don't know their variants.
What?
Yeah. So the TSA, or not the TSA, the TVA.
the TSA?
Trying to fly a plane?
the TVA. What's going on, guys? I'm Brian.
I'm Jennifer.
I'm Mike.
And this is episode 3 of Loki. And this is going to be a very special one because Mike hasn't watched it yet.
So we get to see his reactions.
As of right now, I have not yet watched episode 3.
So, at the beginning, as you know from episode 2, Loki and Variant Loki, the two Variant Lokis, walk through the portal and they actually end up back at TVA.
Okay.
Wow, what a big spoiler for you so far.
Right.
And when I say this Variant Loki, the she Loki, which actually you learned her name is Sylvie.
Sure.
Her name is Sylvie, which is actually a character from the comics. Sylvie, she is just a badass. She can fight. She can probably fight just as good as Captain America. And Loki's trying to follow her and do all this stuff, and he's trying to be like, you know, I wanted to work with you. I wanted to try to do this partnership with you, but that seems like it's gone out the window.
Because Loki wants to overthrow the timekeepers.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember if that was from episode 3 or 2.
Yeah, it was episode 3.
He wants to overthrow them.
Uh-huh.
So it's like this whole plan that he was like the whole time distracting all of them. So in a way, the Variant can still do stuff. And yeah. He was kind of working his way through things, so in a way it kind of seemed like they were catching up to her, things were going on, but he was really kind of controlling things in his own way.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Loki and the Variant Loki, Sylvie, are fighting through the TVA and all this stuff, and they use one of the transporters, and they end up going to a different. You think they're in the same TVA. But when they walk outside, because they keep hearing rocks hit the side of the building, they're on a different planet that's about to die.
A big moon's something's gonna come down, and there's all these meteors.
Big moon. There's all a bunch of meteors. It's a purple planet. It's all purple. It's not tight. People are actually living on this planet. It's another apocalypse because I guess they have every time you jump to something, it's gonna be an apocalypse. So they're trying to figure out how to survive this thing. And how to get off the planet and not die here because they don't have enough juice in the jumper. It's like a time jumper basically. To get back to the time that they were looking for, or just get to another time and stuff like that. So actually, in this one, you don't really find out anything that's happening with the time splitting that Sylvie did. By sending all those time grenades back to TVA, back to time and in the future and stuff like that. You don't really hear that anymore. Or you don't really see what happens with that.
The battery's dying, and they have to charge it, and Loki wants to be able, he's like, I know how to charge this, and she's like, no, you need a lot of power. And this planet's dying the whole time, so these people are trying to get off the planet, and so they have to then go to a certain area where they know they can charge it, correct?
So basically, they have to hop on a train.
That's good.
There's always a train involved in these TV shows, basically. And Loki sneaks on because he's able to change his form. So basically, he gets into the guard's uniform and takes her to whatever.
Because they need tickets to be able to get on.
Yeah.
Can't ride the train without tickets.
They're talking, and they actually go into this whole spiel about how do they understand what love is. They go into spiel and they're talking about what happened to their mothers.
They relate, and they kind of yeah.
And they were then how they're both adopted. That he's from Jotunheim and she doesn't even know where she's actually from.
Loki got to know his mother. She did not.
Yeah.
So some people will say Loki is the superior Loki because his mother nurtured him and taught him different stuff that he's more powerful technically than she is because she did not have that nurturing or being taught fully to be as powerful as Loki is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then as we move further on to it, she rests and Loki ends up drinking. Loki and Sylvie try to, Loki and Sylvie are starting to become a little bit more friendly with each other. And Sylvie...
Some people thought they were going to kiss because they got too friendly and too close. Well, and Loki got drunk.
Oh, God.
Well, Loki got kind of drunk. He didn't actually get, like, drunk.
They were singing.
He was singing an old Asgardian
and he smashed
tune.
a glass.
And they referenced the first Thor when he goes another and smashed the glass.
God.
They get kicked out of the train because Loki's an idiot.
Right.
And it breaks the time thing. It breaks the time...
timeline.
Because it was his back pocket and he smashed.
The time jumper. It doesn't break the time.
Oh.
Yeah, because he was in his pocket somewhere where he fell. That's correct.
Okay.
So they go to the city. They walk to the city and they're trying to figure out a plan. And there's this giant ship they call the Ark because it's supposed to get them.
Oh, that's what that was. I'm like, what the hell are they talking about this Ark the whole time? I thought it was a ship, but I never physically saw a ship, so I was very confused.
So there's this giant ship. And it's going, and it starts to, they're saying, like, nobody else is allowed on board. They're going to start evacuating the planet. And while you're seeing this, they start trying to get to the thing, and you can see above them that the moon is basically cracking in half. Literally cracking in half. Like, it's like an apple just cracking in half. And they're fighting. There's actually a lot of really good fight scenes. And this seems actually really cool because it was a one-shot fight scene. They filmed the whole, like, running and fighting and getting to different places as one shot.
Okay.
It's kind of like a reference back to...
Don't reference that movie. For the love of God, don't reference that.
Well, he's thinking of 1917. I wasn't thinking of 1917. I was thinking of The Shining when...
I've never seen it.
You never seen The Shining, really?
I haven't either.
Well, you don't like horror movies, he does.
Yeah, I did.
Where the kid is riding through the hallways on his little...
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
On his big wheels. Yeah, on his big wheel. And they're filming it as a one-shot. So that's what it's kind of like.
So there's not multiple camera angles.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They get to the ship. They're about to get on. And all of a sudden, it just basically explodes.
Oh, what?
And that's how it ends.
But there's this other part where this building almost falls on them, and Loki just stands there, and the building all of a sudden goes up. So people are wondering if he took a time stone out of the drawer, because then it worked when he left.
Oh.
I think Sylvie did that.
No, he looked and just stood there, and he's like, wait a minute, or he said something. He just stands and stares and looks up, and the whole building goes.
Well, he is magic.
But people are wondering if he took a time stone.
He might have.
I don't know.
So that's basically the third episode. You have a lot to watch because it is fun to watch. Again, this series it's getting better for me. It really is. I'm really enjoying this, especially when it's the two Lokis. They have really good chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the actress's name is, but she's really good as Loki, and of course Tom Hiddleston is Loki. Mm-hmm. No matter what happens now until he dies, Tom Hiddleston will not be remembered for anything else besides Loki, unfortunately. Unfortunately for Tom Hiddleston, he's probably going to have the Adam West effect, where Adam West is only remembered for Batman. But anyways, I love this episode. 10 out of 10 for me. This is so far for me, it's perfect. I've gotten everything I wanted out of Loki. I'm really interested to see what's going to happen next week because I want to see how they're going to get off the planet, and two, what's happening in the rest of the time. What do you think of it, Jennifer?
I actually liked episode 1 and 2 better than episode 3. I get what you're saying, like with their chemistry, but there was so much of it with just those two that I think it still has to deal with it. I'm not a big like Loki and like Thor fan and stuff. So I feel like that keeps like just hovering over the whole thing and why I'm thinking this way. And you can't say, well, oh, there was too much one-on-one and the other shows they're not doing that, because that's false. All of them, there's constantly just Vision and Wanda, or Bucky and Sam. There's always those things where they're together. So you can't really say, oh, well, that was boring that they just had the two Lokis together. But I guess that, to me, that part, I got kind of bored with it, that there was so much of just those two in the episode.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel that way with, Wanda and Vision and Sam and Bucky, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just biased.
I give it a 10 out of 10.
You haven't watched it.
That description was great.
Yeah.
It's good.
Good.
Do we spoil too much for you?
So,
No.
It probably wasn't that great of a recap. They're still gonna watch it.
It's good enough.
So, anyways, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you thought about the episode. Watch all of our other videos, and we'll see you next time. Don't be a variant. I am a variant.
You were pushing that line really hard, Brian.
Oh, there's another spoiler!
What?
They figure out that everyone in the time variant people, that they're all variants.
Yeah.
So technically, Owen Wilson, he's a variant, and that's why he likes the jet skis.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They are all variants.
They're all variants!
Now here's the thing. Okay, so fine, then do be a variant, because we just moved my spine.
I think that meant that was a spoiler.
Ah, 10 out of 10. They're all variants?
That's what they but they don't know it.
Yeah.
Loki said that they're all variants, or did Loki admit that, or the Sylvie?
No, Sylvie did.
Sylvie.
I feel like they're evil because they're not letting people be who they are. It's kind of like slavery.
So what if they're evil because they're trying to stop something from happening, but the things that's happening is supposed to be good, and like the variant Loki is just trying to keep everything happening like it's supposed to happen for good?
Something like that could happen. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.